Begin first research log. Dr. Ivan, first entry into research logs for Project Reaper, operating from Imperial Research Station Helios, located within the Kairos system. It is the 12th day of the 4th Galactic Standard Month, in the year 4216. After months of identifying potential candidates from around the Empire, we were able to identify 60,000 potential subjects, all located within Sector 1 of the Empire. After procuring the necessary genetic profiles, we began analyzing the DNA structures. With the help of the esteemed Dr. Celine, we narrowed the pool down to 400 candidates that met at least 98% of the required parameters. It has certainly taken longer than we would have liked, but preparations for procurement were finalized and approved 2 standard months ago, with the majority of subjects being collected only days after the project was officially started. A last-minute addition to the project was collected last week and arrived here on Helios this morning. Curiously, Akira, nephew of the Emperor himself, wishes to come pay a visit. I have no idea why. There were few voices that opposed my project as loudly as his. His visit can only mean trouble. We have yet to even begin any studies. How could I possibly give the man any reports so early? But back to the matter at hand, though. Subjects were again tested as they were brought in. With the importance of this project, there is no such thing as being too cautious. While all of us here at Project Reaper were confident in the prerequisite tests, there is only so much one can ascertain third hand. I'm pleased to record that out of the 400 subjects, only 34 had to be disposed of. All others were found to be within compliant standards. Dr. Celine herself oversaw the tests. I must admit, upon first introductions, I wasn't sure she would have the stomach for such a project. And I must also admit, I underestimated her thirst for knowledge. I know many of my peers think of me as a madman for my particular area of study. Dr. Celine herself has her doubts, though she tries in vain to hide them from me. But even the Emperor himself sees my vision. Soon, they will as well. It is only a matter of time.
Excuse me, Doctor.
Yes, Lieutenant?
There was a situation in the mess hall.
Give me a moment more, Lieutenant.
Aye, sir.
As I was saying, some of the subjects' bodies won't be ready for augmentation for another 3 to 5 years. For now, though, we will focus on getting them physically and mentally prepared for the trials ahead. History may judge my actions harshly, but they will know I ushered in a new era for humanity. For too long, we have stayed in the shadow of lesser life forms. Our empire stretches farther than any, except the Tool theocracy, yet we are held in lesser standing in the eyes of the galactic community. The advances we've made in science have extended our lifespans to near immortality. They have produced the finest warships the galaxy has ever seen, equipped our legions with the armaments needed to hold back a Drax incursion with ease. Yet, in the eyes of the galaxy, we are not above a group of wandering savages like the Galvor, whose only settled planets are tomb worlds and holy worlds. How those primitives somehow reached out to the stars is a mystery. One I would love to unravel one day. It almost does make me believe in some form of divinity. However, I am far too practical a man to fall for such beliefs. That practicality is what has led me to this project. I do not believe the abilities these aliens display are gifts from higher powers. They must be the result of some evolutionary process that we just don't understand yet.
Dr. Ivan,
What is it, Lieutenant?
Dr. Yamoto wanted me to inform you that a parcel just arrived for you.
And this requires my immediate attention?
It's from the Emperor, Doctor.
Pause log. Continue log. Update to subject count. While receiving rations, one subject apparently attempted to stab one of the guards, who then subsequently beat the subject to death. When asked why he decided to deprive the project of one of its resources, he claimed it was to instill a sense of discipline and obedience in the subjects. This brings the active number of subjects in Project Reaper to 365. The guard in question has been reprimanded and transitioned to perimeter watch. I will, of course, have him undergo psychological evaluation to ensure episodes like today aren't frequent. We can't afford to waste the lives of our subjects. However, a few sacrifices are to be expected. While it is regrettable that we require the assistance of these brutes, soon we may require their muscle to control the subjects. Not all these men are brutes, though. There is a Staff Sergeant Torgal from the 1st Legion that is of interest to me. A quick look through his service record informed me that he served in many of the legions, along with a decorated tour in the 275th. I am thinking of promoting him to one of the physical training instructors. The man looks as if he could lift a starfighter, and in his 25-year history within the Star Corps, he has not a single mark of misconduct. If anything, at least I know he wouldn't kill any of the subjects. We will have them participate in some physical conditioning. However, I fear their bodies are still too young to endure sustained exertion, and while we could begin the process of gene therapy, the risk of rejection is still far too high for most subjects. Tomorrow, after the shock of adjusting to their new home is over with, we will begin the mental conditioning of the subjects. Strong minds will be needed for the work ahead of them. We are fortunate to have so much time to prepare them. I, for one, am simply glad we have finally begun the journey. If all goes according to plan, the Empire will have its new weapons, and I will be known as the man that brought about this new era for mankind. End log.